Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Babe Brigade. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's having a good Monday night or Monday evening, morning, or whatever time of day you're watching this. Well, what a whirlwind kind of week I've had. Excuse me, a little Diet Mountain Dew here. After having some Diet Mountain Dew last Wednesday, out at Llama Mama Kayla's house, I discovered that Diet Mountain Dew tastes better than Mountain Dew Zero. So I decided to switch. So I don't know that one is better for you than the other, but I know that Diet Mountain Dew tastes better than Mountain Dew Zero. So, and neither one have sugar in them, so that works. Anyway, I have some good news to report. Due to the channel growth that I have experienced since my meeting and videos with Llama Mama Kayla and everything, which I am extremely grateful. I've been able to apply and be granted monetization for the channel. So as of now, our channel is well, I say our because I just include y'all because y'all are like family to me. So I'm monetized. Of course, that doesn't mean that I just instantly start getting all this money. That doesn't work like that. You have to meet a certain threshold before you can see any of your money. But it does mean that that below all my videos, you'll see that little dollar sign in the heart where you can click on it and send super thanks. And when I do a live, which I think I will probably do a live pretty soon, so that I can have some live interaction with y'all. Y'all be able to send super chats, super stickers, that sort of thing. If y'all so choose to, if y'all want to support the channel that way, that will enable me to do more giveaways. You know, that will help me with shipping and yarn purchases for giveaways. So that just helps support the channel and makes life a little easier on me since I live on disability income. I'm on a fixed income, and unfortunately I make just a little bit too much to get food stamps. So after I pay bills with our money, the rest of the money that's left, I have to budget and squeeze to make sure that we have money for food all month. So it's not easy. And then and so whatever yarn I buy has to be on sale. And so when you hear me say, oh, I've already bought whatever yarn that I can afford to buy this month, that means that's what I set aside, that will still allow us to have money for food the rest of the month. So I did order some yarn from Michael's after I paid all the bills, and so that took care of whatever money that I could have afforded to spend. And then they give me a $10 voucher that allowed me to buy yarn today at Michael's, but just because I wanted a fourth latte cake for something that I got in. But anyway, I'm not worried about that. It was, not very little. My oldest does give me a little bit per week for rent, so that helps also. But it's not very much, just enough to feed him and do laundry. But that's why I work so hard to get monetized, because I hoped that it would be enough to support my yarn buying habit and my giveaway habit, because I do like to do giveaways, and it's fun. I like to be able to send people beautiful yarn and goodies, and it's fun to me, and I like to share what I have with others. That's just my personality. And I wanted to thank all of you for the beautiful things y'all have said about my devotionals, and I'm really glad that I held out and that I didn't buckle to some things that had been said earlier in my YouTube career, I guess you could say. Because I had people that made comments to me, well, if you didn't have those devotionals on your channel, you probably would, have a better chance of getting, more subscribers and be monetized. Well, if you didn't have all that religious content on your channel, you probably would have been monetized by now. Well, let me tell you, I felt led by the Lord to do those devotionals. And I feel led by the Lord to do what I do. So I was not going to compromise my beliefs and my heart in order to further my channel. So, and since my, I'm not, I wasn't dependent upon this channel for my livelihood, and this channel is for me to connect with people, and for a social outlet for myself, a creative and social outlet for myself, and not something that I depend on for my income. I wasn't going to compromise my belief system and what I felt called to do to further the channel. And so I kept doing the devotionals because I felt like I was called to do that. And I keep with my, I love you and so does Jesus, because I feel like that's what I'm called to do. I'm not going to stop doing that because that's just what I feel in my heart that I'm supposed to be doing. So I appreciate all the confirmations from folks in the comments. It really, it means a lot to me. It really does. I really, really, really appreciate that. And that lets me know that it was worth it. It was worth the wait. And it was worth not compromising. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad that I stuck to it and didn't change what I wanted out of this channel. And the good Lord blessed me anyway. And when I got out there last week to Kayla's, and she had fallen, and she was really in bad shape, not feeling well. And I told her, it's okay, honey, we don't have to do videos, we don't have to do anything but just visit with each other. And God bless her, she rallied, and she said, no, we're going to do these videos. You came here to do that, we had a plan when you came here, and I told her we just, just take care of you and just visit with each other and just be happy to be in your company. And she insisted, so we did our videos, and wow, you all welcomed me, and then came over here and subscribed and have showed up for me, and I'm so grateful. I just feel like this is God blessing me for not giving up and not giving in. And God bless Kayla and Big Daddy, and God bless y'all, because it just means the world to me that all the times that I considered pulling this channel down, because or just giving up on being monetized, because the channel, I would gain subscribers, then lose subscribers, then gain, and then lose, then gain, and then lose. And I was like, well, I guess it's just gonna forever just be what it is, and just my social outlet, and never be monetized. I had pretty much resigned myself to the fact that it wasn't going to be monetized. It was just going to be my social outlet. And then the videos and everything happened with Kayla, and then wham. And then I was like, okay, I guess the good Lord showed up, and then he showed out. I went from 880 to almost 1,500 in less than a week. And I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? Sometimes you just, when something like that happens, you just don't know if you deserve it, You just don't know. Even though people, my friends, my friend Cindy and my friend Marcia and people have told me you do deserve it. It just, when it's something that overwhelming happens, it's really, overwhelming. I've struggled with self-esteem issues and depression issues my whole life. Unfortunately, I had a parent that liked to cut. Her words like to cut, and not support me, but cut me down, and still to this day, I don't get a lot of support from that direction. I get more negative feedback than anything. And it's hard to grow up like that. It's hard to be an adult and not be able to reach out to your one and only parent and say, hey, this wonderful thing happened to me, and have them respond back, hey, that's wonderful, that's great, let's celebrate. Nothing like that. I only have my sons and my friends that I can count on for such things. And so, that's hard, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to be okay. But I'm excited to see how this goes, and just really excited to see where the good Lord has me take this channel going forward. You all are just a big blessing to me, and I'm going to keep laughing and keep showing you content, whatever it is that I come up with. My sense of humor is not going anywhere, and I'm always gonna, as some folks say, keep it real with you, because that's just me. I don't know any other way to be but honest, blatantly honest, and that's just how I've always been. One of my friends put it very plainly. They said, if you want something sugar coated, do not ask Amanda. If you want it sugar coated, don't ask me, because I don't know how to do that. It's like, if you want the truth, ask me. If you want a pretty lie, ask somebody else. I don't get into lying to folks. Anyway. Okay, so then I'm going to change gears now, because I had promised folks that I would show you the paintings that I had done. I had changed gears with hobbies or ways of life, really, because let's face it, crocheting is not just a hobby, it's a way of life. Most of us feel like that crochet it's not just a regular hobby, it's a way of life, it's therapy, it's what helps us cope with life. Some of us make money on it. It's just what we do. We are crocheters, we are crafters. If you paint, you're a painter, you're an artist. I still consider myself an artist, even though I no longer paint. I did sell my painting supplies, but I still draw, and I still enjoy drawing and doing that. I just lost my desire to actually paint with regular paint brushes and stuff. So I wished I hadn't, but I love crochet so much, it just kind of took over that part of my brain, I guess. But I did keep some of my paintings, so I am going to show you those. Now, I started painting in 2016. This was about the time that I stopped being able to work, and it really wreaked havoc on my brain, not being able to work and earn and take care of my boys. And even though my oldest was working a steady job, and my youngest, being autistic, gets a check, so they just started taking care of me, which is not what I had envisioned, but that's just how it ended up being. But so painting became something that helped me through that, helped me through a very difficult time when I didn't know where my life was going. And so anyway, for a while I became obsessed with painting eyes. So this is one that I did called The Eyes Habit. And so I drew this out. This is a canvas board. Yeah, so I drew this out and then I painted it. And so this one turned out pretty well. So I kept it because I liked how it came out. I thought it was, you know, nice clean painting. And so, yeah. A little bit obsessed with eyes for a while. But yeah, the eyes have it. So it's a little bit abstract, you know, and bizarre, but I like weird. So I like weird things. And this is definitely on the weird spectrum. So there's that one. And another one in the same genre is this one. I never did name this one, but yeah. Yeah, I just kept these two of the eyes. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just thought it was bright and I don't know, stare into my eye. And then I did a couple of matching ones that I thought were still pretty, that maybe could put in, you know, you could decorate with these. And this just a little, I painted the background, you know, and then I painted over with some brighter colors, and then I kind of give like a whitewash with the over the bright colors, and then I did this tree, and I did that on both of them. The trees are a little bit different from each other, but still you could, you know, use these as an accent decoration, you know. Just little gold trees. Nothing out of the ordinary about them. And then, of course, for some reason, for a person who cannot wear high heels, I don't have arches in my feet. I'm completely flat-footed. And so I've always liked the look of high heels, but I cannot wear high heels. But I like high heels. I love how stylish they are. I like how beautiful different, you know, ones are. And so I painted one. And so this is, of course, Louis Vuitton, or whatever the heck that, however you pronounce that, but I made my own. But yeah, I made my own. So there's that one. And then, of course, I love flowers. So I made some English roses. This one needs some fixing. It needs a little fixing here and there where the paint's been kind of chipped. But, yeah. This took some time to do because it's acrylic paint, so you had to layer it just right. So this took quite a bit of time to get these just like this, with that layered effect. And then I just put a little purple bow here. But yeah. Yeah. And then I got some bigger ones. I think I'm missing some. I think there's a couple other places that I couldn't find. I just grabbed what I could find. I think I kept at least 2 or 3 others. This one is very abstract, and I'm going to have to back y'all up to show it to you. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, let me back y'all up a little bit. Yep. This is Chaos in New Orleans. I did this one about the time that COVID started. So you got your fleur-de-lis in the middle, and kind of a I don't know what made me do the lantern type thing here, but then I just kind of abstracted the fool out of it. But yeah. But this Chaos in New Orleans. And this next one, I was upset about something. I'm just going to preface it like that. I was upset about something. And so I was feeling wounded. So I named it Wounded. And what if, I think this was right around the time that, I can't think of his name right offhand, but there was a gentleman that was killed by police. And if I'm not careful, I'll get emotional. But there was a gentleman, I forget where it was, up north somewhere, that was killed by police, George something. And I'm a bit of an empath, so I feel other people's pain very acutely. And I was very much feeling his family's pain. And so I don't know why, but I just felt very wounded. And I said, what if we all bled black instead of red? Would that change people's perspective on the color black? So we got Wounded. Now this is a textured painting because I used some modeling paste and created texture before I painted it. So yeah, this is Wounded. This has been stitched, you know, it's kind of like a wound that's been stitched together, but kind of still busting at the seams. But yeah, this is Wounded. And on a more brighter note, because I do love horses, and I'm still into abstract and making things the different colors than what they're supposed to be, I did Blue Horse. And this is also textured. I got some gold here, and put a little gold in the mane here. And so I'll try to bring that a little closer. And I have like a clear shiny glossy coat of something that protects the paintings. If you're seeing, you know, kind of a shiny look to the surface, that's because I put like a clear stuff on them to keep them from getting messed up. So this is, yeah. And I completely free-handed this one, so obviously, because it's imperfect. But yeah, I think this one took me about a week because I kept going back and going back and going back until I was happy with it. But some paintings I could do, like I was able to do within a day or two, and I was fine with. And then other paintings, it would take me longer because I had trouble being happy with how it looked. And this was one of my early ones. This is just a pansy flower, and I went and just all these different. This is just different layered petals or leaves here. This is, and I don't know why it looks. It just kind of looks like it's just ripping out of something, the sky or something. But this is just like I said, this is one of my earlier ones, and when I look at this, it reminds me of my grandmother because she loved that flower. So I had to keep this one because that was one of her favorite flowers, was the pansy. And so, yep. And the last one that I could find readily is like a cityscape. I really didn't accomplish what I meant to with this one. It didn't really turn out as well as I had hoped, because I had hoped this would look like a city and it would be like reflecting into the water, but it didn't quite turn out like I planned. I did another smaller one that looks a lot better than this one, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'll have to find it. But yeah, this one still is pretty decent for what it is, but it didn't quite turn out like I had hoped. But because this is darker up here than I really had meant for it to be. But it still turned out okay. But it's just like a cityscape. This is supposed to be the buildings reflecting in the water. which it still kind of does, but this part up here is a little darker than I meant for it to be. Yep. But that's all but just a couple. I think there's a beach one that I kept and another little cityscape that I kept, and that's about it. But that's the majority of what I kept. The ones that I felt like were decent enough to be kept. The rest of them I just trashed because I didn't feel like they were worth keeping. You know, we as artists are our worst critics. Franken Blanket being a prime example. I thought it looked awful. Y'all thought it was beautiful. So, you know, obviously beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, y'all might have thought some of them other paintings were great. I thought they were garbage. So that's where they went. But I didn't throw a whole lot out. But the ones that were, you know, just not great, you know, or unfinished or something in between, you know, I just trashed. But, and then I sold like a bunch of brand new canvases and all my paint and brushes and everything that was worth, you know, passing along, I sold. So, to a lady and her granddaughter that liked to paint. So, I'm glad it went to a good home and someone who's going to use it, and it didn't go to waste, and I got a little bit of money out of it. But that's what I have for y'all today. I'll figure out something for tomorrow's video, and I appreciate y'all. Hopefully got this far and got to look at the paintings and got past me being all emotional in the beginning of the video. I just felt like I needed to pour my heart out a little bit. And I thank y'all for listening. It means a lot. I'm going to probably do a live sometime this week. I don't know what day, or it just really depends. My sleep pattern's been kind of all messed up. So I don't know when I'll have the energy, because doing a live broadcast, a live stream, takes a lot of energy because you have to keep up with the chat. And I hold myself to a kind of a higher standard when it comes to live streams. I like to, you know, be very interactive with everybody and make sure that everybody gets talked to and everybody's comment gets mentioned, and that I don't miss anybody. And because I know how it feels to be ignored, and when you go into a chat, and I don't like anyone to feel ignored on my channel. So so I have to make sure that I'm really caffeinated and that I am really rested when I do a live, because it does take an immense amount of energy to do. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. If you are good at doing lives and you're good at making people feel like you care about them in the live, and that, you know, that they're not being ignored, that they're being heard, you know, it does take quite a bit of energy, and it's worth it, because I enjoy it. I really do. I just want to make sure I do it right. So I just don't, you know, I just have a standard that I want to make sure that's done right. So anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful the rest of your Monday, and I love you, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye now.